So in the order called, yes? Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Martin Hyde, and I come before you today for the last time as a candidate for a City Commission. Before any of you get excited, what I mean is that on May the 9th, the citizens of Sarasota get to decide whether I join the Commission itself. In the last 8 months, I've talked about police pay increases, which had a good outcome, and stopping our city manager, who's not here unfortunately, watching shows at the Van Wezel on our dime with some success too. The matters, though, as they are unchanged and unheeded, that I brought up here include impoverishing former city employees with punitive dependent health care costs, reducing our police department numbers by 25%, creating safety concerns, insider deals in human resources with multiple spouses hired by the city far in excess of statistical coincidence, a pension deficit that remains unaddressed in any meaningful sense to the tune of $150 million, public property being leased to private individuals at huge losses to our taxpayers, from Marina Jack to Mattison's, millions lost to taxpayers and millions made by a couple of people. An attempt to persuade the public that parking meters are the way to go, despite overwhelming empirical evidence that our citizens vehemently do not want their return for a fourth time. No discussion about moving our city election to November to save $100,000 whilst increasing voter participation threefold. This despite promises from current commissioners on the record that they'd back such a motion. A good example of the current state of City Hall and the lack of credible management from the current city manager is the suspension of our city parking manager for appearing, rather plainly I suggest, to influence a $100,000 contract for his son-in-law.
1 minute remains.
That he thought he had any likelihood of getting away with such a clear conflict of interest indicates the degree of indifference towards taxpayers and citizens unchecked by our current city manager. The cost of the suspensions thus far to taxpayers is many thousands of dollars. In conclusion, one candidate has mooted a desire to consider Sarasota becoming a sanctuary city, which in itself contradicts the oath of office required to serve on our city commission. But to an extent, Sarasota is already a sanctuary city, I'd submit, as we are clearly a sanctuary for cronyism, voter suppression, broken promises, any form of sanity with any other people's money, and finally from any form of common sense. I thank you all for your service, and may God bless the United States of America.